Eshualegbara, Ibere ti awon ona, the opener of the path. Iwo ti oduro, ni ikorita, ti ayanmo atiyiyan, you who stands at the crossroads of fate and choice. Sheamona awon ibese, miki oda bobo, erin ajomi, guide my steps and protect my journey. Ba ebo yi igege bi ami, ti owo ati opemi. Accept this offering as a sign of my respect and gratitude. Jeki ogbonre, mu imole ati agbara re shi'i, awon ilekun asheyori. May your wisdom bring clarity and your power open the doors of success. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. Alafia, my brothers and sisters. Oriire funo, good tidings to you. I pray that you are feeling awake, aware, and elevated in mind, body, and spirit, wherever you are and whatever may be happening around you. If you're striving to change your life by following the guidance of our ancestors, then you're in the right place. This is where we break things down to help you to expand your mind. Itesi waju ati isokan, progress and peace. Everything we share here is intended to assist you in making progress and finding peace in your life. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. Homage to the one who sends and to those who are sent. Homage to Orisa and Egun. Our topic for this video is the 16 Truths of Ifa, Truth 11. Our temporal and spiritual capacities must work together. There is an Ifa proverb, Ori inu mabatodeje. May my spiritual Ori not be in conflict with my physical Ori. Your physical Ori is focused on your temporal, worldly, day-to-day experiences and affairs in this three-dimensional reality. Your spiritual Ori is focused on assisting you in your process of navigating your temporal experiences as you journey in this world, the Loja, the marketplace, while you at the same time remain tethered to the spiritual world, Orun. Your spiritual Ori is always connected with, one with, the universal consciousness that is Source. Your spiritual Ori is a place in your consciousness where you feel a profound sense of belonging. The Isopo, connectivity that we've spoken about in many of our lessons. For example, in November 19th post, we stated in that video, quote, our own consciousness and awareness exists only as an extension and expression of the omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence of the infinite consciousness of that sentient, energetic entity that we call Olofi-dumare. You are a fractal of the God, capital G, and that makes you a God, little g, as well. A fractal is a never-ending pattern that repeats itself at different scales. Fractals are infinitely complex and self-similar, meaning that any part of a fractal looks like the whole. Fractals are related to spirituality because they are the explanation of humans' universal and innate subconscious understanding of the world. As Ben Weiss, a computer graphics expert, explains, quote, "Whenever you observe a series of patterns repeating over and over again at many different scales, and where any small part resembles the whole, that is a fractal." Our lungs, our circulatory system, our brains are like trees. They are fractal structures. You can see fractal patterns in snowflakes as an example. Snowflakes are self-similar, meaning that each branch of the snowflake has the same basic shape as the whole snowflake. Each of us is a fractal of Olofi-dumare. Let that sink in. For many of us, a problem arises where the ashe of the loja, the energy of the marketplace, hypnotizes us like a siren call, luring us deeper and deeper into the illusions of this world of differentiation, separation, the demands of everyday life, the distractions, the circumstances and situations that arise can take up so much of your consciousness, so much of your daily thought processes, that you don't take the time to listen, to hear the important other voices that are present in your consciousness. These are the voices of Egungun, Orisa, and other sentient spiritual entities of light that are sharing impulses and flashes of guidance and wisdom with you all the time. But are you quiet enough, still enough, receptive enough to hear and feel that message or those messages coming through to you? Now, bear in mind that the intention of the architects of white supremacy racism is to keep the original man, the black man and woman, in such a state of confusion and self-diminishment, self-debilitating thinking, that they can continue to use and abuse us indefinitely, having made us blind, deaf, and dumb to our own powers and capacities. Remember, the goal of white supremacy was and is clear, and is pretty profound. Quote, "You, black man and woman, shall be considered as our property, and that condition shall be passed on to your children, your grandchildren, and all of your generations to come in perpetuity." Think about that word, perpetuity. The state or character of being perpetual, endless, and indefinitely long duration and existence. Eternity, like a fractal pattern. Slavery is not new to planet Earth or to the human family, but never has slavery been articulated in such an open-ended manner. Think about this word capacities. meaning the maximum amount that something can contain. It implies fully occupying the available area or space. And what if the space available is limitless, unbounded, meaning infinite? Capacity is also the amount that something can produce, the ability or power to do, to experience, or to understand something. The 11th truth of Ifa states, our temporal and spiritual capacities must work together. But the energies corresponding to your physical Oriire and your spiritual Oriire are like fire and water. Fire tends upward. So does your spiritual Oriire. Water tends downward. So does your physical Oriire. Fire advances, consumes, and spreads, constantly seeking isha'ro, expansion. So does your spiritual Oriire. Water tends to focus inward and spiral toward the lowest point. So does your physical Oriire. The tendency of your physical Oriire to focus on the temporal is not a bad thing. It's not a negative in that sense. That is, after all, why you chose to come into this world, to focus in on all the potential for experience and growth in the Loja. But if your attention to the affairs of the world takes your attention away from the guidance and wisdom of your spiritual Oriire, then you cannot express your full power and potential, nor can you fully enjoy all the wonders of the Loja. For many of us, the connection between physical Oriire and spiritual Oriire is strong. The communication lines are open. You know the sound of your spiritual Oriire's voice, the vibration and feeling of your spiritual Oriire communicating with you. You can recognize the signs, see the synchronicities, and feel the energetic and emotional shifts that occur when your physical Oriire and your spiritual Oriire are in alignment. You are there, or are you there yet? Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Remember, this journey is about Isoki, contrast, Isopo, connectivity, and Italo, expansion. This journey is about the interplay between these spiritual laws of the Loja. Sometimes the Loja calls to you in such a compelling way that it seems to require, demand your full and immediate attention. Your physical Oriire's connection to the temporal reality compels it to respond, to block out everything else, to be single-minded, single-focused. But even then, spiritual Oriire is a presence in your consciousness, whispering in the corridors of your mind. Your physical Oriire is an extension, an expression of your spiritual Oriire. They are never truly disconnected. It's just that your physical Oriire is not always mindful of the presence and availability of the wisdom and guidance of your spiritual Oriire. It takes practice to open and strengthen the channels of communication between your physical and spiritual Oriire. so that you can feel and respond to those impulses of intuition. Adura, prayer. Isha'ro, meditation. Isha'ro, reflection. And Oro-ti-ara-eni, self-talk, are keys to building this important relationship. You should spend at least 5, 10, 15 minutes every day in meditative stillness, just listening, just feeling. You know that I periodically give you exercises in these lessons to assist you in transforming yourself. Here's an exercise that you can try as a period of reflective meditation. Find a comfortable place to sit and take notes. A place that is comfortable enough for you to close your eyes, relax, release, and meditate. Then have a reflective conversation with yourself, asking yourself the following questions. Don't dwell on the surface of these questions. Instead, dive deeply into where these questions and ideas take you. Download your PDF copy of this video script so you can have the questions handy. Don't think about your answers in terms of being right or wrong, not the issue. Seek and speak your truth on paper or out loud and discover what comes up from the recesses of your consciousness as you go over these questions. As you pose these questions to yourself, it will be opening the channels of communication between your conscious and subconscious aspects of your physical Ori, and between your physical Ori and your spiritual Ori. Be open. Simply speak and listen to your truth. Here are the questions. First, number 1, who am I? Really? You're not your name. You're not your social status. You're not your career. Who am I? Number 2, where am I? In the broadest sense. Number 3, why am I here? What is the purpose of my life, my existence? What is the purpose of life? Number 4, what is outside of me and what is totally inside of me? And does this question even make sense? Number 5, what is the capacity of my consciousness? Is it limited in any way? Number 6, are my thoughts fully occupying the available area or capacity of my consciousness? Or am I stuck in limiting, stagnant, narrow, and self-destructive thought patterns? Number 7, are my thought patterns helping me to produce all that I have the potential to produce, physically, mentally, and spiritually? Number 8, am I using all of my abilities and powers to do, experience, and understand the nature of the Loja and my place in it? Number 9, is that which I have contained and held within myself, within my consciousness, serving me and all who are affected by me, directly and indirectly? And lastly, number 10, have I taken on things, attitudes, beliefs, ideas that do not serve my highest good? Am I holding on to things that do not belong to who I am today or who I came to the Loja to become? These are not easy questions to understand and answer. In fact, you may have to sit and just contemplate the deeper significance of the questions themselves first. You don't have to tackle these questions all at once. In this exercise, take your time. You can take one question a day. It's up to you. And you may find as you return to this exercise again and again that your answers will change with your growth in understanding. After going through this reflective meditation process, you will certainly better understand how and why the 11th truth of Ifa is so important. Our temporal and spiritual capacities must work together. It is at this point in the 16 truths of Ifa that we are invited to look beyond the apparent, the objective, the differentiated phenomenal reality of forms, and to begin looking more deeply into the true nature of the Loja and our experiences in it. This process of reflective meditation naturally leads us to the 12th truth of Ifa. We are born with a specific path. It is our goal to travel it. Divination provides our roadmap. Asheo. I would love to hear some of your comments, experiences, and questions regarding this lesson and process. Please feel free to contact me to share your results with this exercise. And remember, subscribe, click that like button, and share this lesson with someone you care about. Every time you click that like button, you increase the likelihood that more people will be exposed to these lessons and the wisdom of Ifa. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. Ki Olofi-dumare, Oriire ate egun, fifune ni, itona imoye ati opo ire. May Olofi-dumare, Oriire, and Egun bestow on you guidance, wisdom, and abundant blessings. Ifo kanbule, peace of mind from Olofi-dumare. Alafia ate Ife, peace and love. Ajolo, Ajobo. We go out together, we return together. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo.